Well, I appreciate everybody coming out. This is a great turnout. Thank you very much. Today is our 20th practice of preseason, so just really enjoyed coaching this group so far. They've given us great effort, building it, bonding together. So really looking forward to seeing these guys put the uniforms on Friday night and see how we can continue on our journey and keep getting better. So I think our 5 seniors have done a great job. Maybe one of the best in my 29 seasons now. Wow, 29 seasons that of just senior leadership, by example, by voice, by being great teammates, by working really hard. So good start. Got a lot of work to do.
Mark and then John.
How's it going, Mike?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Do you need help?
And I guess you blew this.
That half was
Go ahead.
Sauber's pretty strong. Keep it going. Hey, where is the program now? Where is your kind of mindset at this point going into this season as opposed to last year when there were so many different variables?
Yeah,
So much was new?
complete 180 in so many different ways, and you know I've taken over other programs before, so I knew what to expect. You don't know, but you want to take off from wherever you're at, and you want to build on it quickly. And like I said, you've heard me say it. Last year we put a foundation down. We had some good wins that gave us some momentum. We had some good play in Big Ten. That supports that we belong, and we know where to take this. But on that foundation, you want to use it as a springboard too. And the most important thing is when you're going into your next season, there's a culture of work, what we put into it, and then you lean on that culture of work. And the work isn't just the way you play, but it's how you act off the court. It's how you walk into the weight room. It's how you take care of your body. It's when you get into practice. It's how you compete. It's how coachable you are. We like to say it's about following the plan that our program has for you in all aspects of your life, and that's where year 2 you can really try to springboard off of that. And we're going to win, and we want to win, and that's our plan.
Mike, you said a few times late last year that you guys weren't shooting it as well as you had anticipated in the preseason. Where are you guys at from that standpoint at this point, and how do you expect your offensive identity to be different from last year's? Yeah,
I think we have better ball handlers. I think we have better shooters. I think we have more guys that can score in different ways, without a doubt. We don't give up a lot of threes in our practices where guys are making threes against our defense. Because we just have better players and more shooters. I feel we have more shooters, more makers. But that's part of recruiting, and that's part of making the guys returning better players and more comfortable shooting the ball.
Mike, good to see you.
Great to see you.
So you talked about the 5 seniors and how they're maybe the best of your career as a head coach. Ace, potentially being the leader of the whole team. What would you like to see from him, in the next step in his progression this season?
Be a killer every game, and in practice, show the guys by example how to compete, how to be coachable, how to take your game to the next level. I thought Ace by far had the best summer and preseason that he's ever had. So sometimes as you get older, you see things a little clearer and simple decisions. And I never had to worry about Ace competing and wanting to win. But what I love about him is he's taken like a professional approach to improving himself and his game. And what happens is when he's in the gym all the time, guess what? A lot of other guys are in the gym all the time too, and that's a great example for our young guys. So just really proud of him. I thought Zach and Puff had great off seasons. I really did. I thought DeMarco has had a great fall. So I just, it's part of being a senior. Maybe you see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I just think they have more of a singular focus of getting better and doing things the right way. And that's what you sort of want to see in year 2 of trying to build a program, that your older guys are taking the culture of work that you're you're trying to create and take it to another level. And I think Ace is leading the way.
Max and then Andrew.
Hey, Mike, go over here. How you doing? To kind of go completely the opposite there from the seniors, you're freshmen this year. What's your plan with them? How much can you anticipate, if anything, from them on the court this year?
Oh, I'm going to play them. I'll throw them in the fire, and some days they're going to be pretty good. You'll be right about them. Other days, as freshmen, sometimes you learn by getting burnt, but I'm going to play them. I think Dom and Javin have had really good pre-seasons here. They've impacted the program. Of course, Miles is recovering from an injury, and we'll get him back soon. And I think Hudson has improved. Hudson's physicality, he's just, all these guys are playing against. And Joe Sidora, our walk-on, has given us valuable minutes and competition and practice. I've been so proud of him, without a doubt. So I think all 5 of those guys have impacted us, but they're playing behind seniors and upperclassmen. But what I love about it, there's competition and practice every day. These freshmen could go after the seniors and the sophomores and juniors, and those guys know that they can't just show up because there's no competition, because guys want to take minutes. And I think competition brings out the best in everybody in so many ways, and I think we have that.
Andrew.
Coach, back up here. You lost a couple transfers, you lost a couple to graduation. How critical was it to get Puff and Ace to come back for that extra season, a season they didn't have to do, but a season they could?
Yeah, well, number one is I love both those guys. They're fun guys to be around. They're fun guys to go to battle with, go into a game with. Ace and I have been together for a long time, so love this. One of my proudest moments was in August 9th when he became a college graduate. And then seeing him just, take off this year. For Puff, he's such a great kid. He epitomizes on and off the court what we want in our players. Highly competitive dude, but stepping off the court, he's, he acts like a pro. I always say someday he's going to be a CEO, and he makes people feel great to be a part of what we do. He's an awesome teammate, and I want him to have an awesome year. So have them back makes our program better. But selfishly, they're just fun people to be around, and you want to go to bat with those guys. And for all the seniors, it's just, guys can leave anytime they want. When you keep guys, and guys want to be here to build something and put their prints on it, you're really proud of that. And I always want what we do to go beyond basketball. I want our relationships with our staff to be more than just basketball and transactional. I don't want that. I want us to have a relationship that goes well beyond the sport and what we do. And basketball brought us together, but the way we treat each other, the way we love each other, makes us family forever. That's really important to me.
Coach, right here. You lose Kudus Wahab to graduation. You talk about the center position a lot last year. We saw a lot of small ball. How do you feel your depth at the center position is this year, and could we see a lot of small ball again this year?
Yeah, we'll we have Yanick and Kachi, and Miles recruited them for that reason. They're versatile big guys. They all could play together. They will play together, so we could play big. But we'll also, Puff's not small. He might be an inch smaller, but he's stronger. If you see him, you'll see him today. He had an awesome summer in the weight room. He's 15 pounds stronger, and he plays that way. Nick and Zach got bigger and stronger. Hudson gives us beef, and he has a nose for the ball. So, if you look on the roster, and sometimes it's just not always size. It's 1-2 and fortitude, and we got that. So I think we can play big at times, but we will play small, because to spread the court with the guards we have now, not just Ace but multiple guards, and to play a different way and hawk the ball, I think we can play multiple ways. And some days we got to play big, some days we got to play small. We'll be ready to do both.
Hey, Coach, back
Hey,
here.
how you doing?
Good. How are you? With Joe, being kind of your offensive coordinator this year, how do you feel like his influence is being manifested on your roster this year as opposed to last year with different group of players?
Yeah, well, we're having a lot more fun this year with the pieces we have, and we're like, he and I and Clay Connor, our player development, when we talk offense, it's like 3 mad scientists creating another potion. It's been fun because you have different options. You can put guys in different places, but we want to have some simplistic execution, so our guys could play with great instinct and great freedom. I think that's the most important thing Joe and I believe in. And then the next thing is giving them great organization, so we don't take away that instinct, but doing the things we do. So I think Joe's done a great job of identifying what our guys do best, and then we all sit down and talk it through and where to put them in, and give them great organization. But players play. Our job is to continue to make them better, and then be really simplistic with our organization for our guys to play through each other and play very aggressively. I think that's really hard to guard, and Joe does a great job of helping our guys see that.
Hey, Coach. Can you talk about the new Big Ten and some of the pros and cons that you expect both competitively and logistically?
Pros, you get to go all over the country to play college basketball on the biggest stage. Who wouldn't want to do that, to be a college basketball player in the Big Ten, and you get to go all over the country on national television in great arenas, great crowds, but you get to do it now on the West Coast as well. I think those are great opportunities, and I think that's really neat. And you're talking to a guy that used to coach Division III and have to drive the white vans, so I don't know what the cons are. Maybe we got to leave a little bit earlier, get back a little bit later. I think maybe just a little bit game planning for some of the new teams. We study them in the summer and the fall, so you try to you do your homework. We watch all the games, but everybody tries to find the negatives of things. I'm the other way around. So like we're gonna get to go play a college basketball game at UCLA, at USC, right? We'll get to in 2 years go to Oregon and Washington. What great opportunities! So I don't see a lot of the cons of it. So we know what we signed up for, and everything changes now more than ever. If you accept the change and make the best of it, you're probably ahead of the game than others. So we're not allowed to complain in this program. I think you've seen the signs. 0% complaining. Complaining gets you beat. So we get to play 20 games, Big Ten games on national television on the biggest stage in college basketball. I think we're all pretty lucky.
Coach, thank you so much for the time today.
You bet.
Last year you spoke a lot about the peaks and valleys throughout the season. Looking back, how do you think you handled them, and what can you learn from that experience moving forward?
Yeah, great question. We've talked about it a lot this summer. I think we had a lot of moments early in the year where we reacted to adversity. We didn't respond. Thought as the year went on, we got into Big Ten play, we responded to adversity and did something about it. So I think the returning guys understand that, and I've always said the greatest time to grow and get better is when you have adversity. And I think sometimes in adversity, when you're in that valley, that's when you can plant yourself and grow the most. And we're always going to build on that and work on that. So I thought last year there were a lot of examples. Our lack of success and the way we didn't respond to adversity in that first half of the year really hurt us, and in results. But I thought when we got past New Year's, we had some great moments where guys came together and really responded, even in the hard and the toughest parts of our schedule, responded the right way. And, it gave us great momentum going forward.
Mike on your right.
Hey, what's up? You might as well sit up here with us.
No one needs to see that. You mentioned Miles earlier, coming back from injury. How would you say the overall health of your program is, where we stand right now?
Well, you want everybody back, right? So, we've been through a couple illnesses, we've been through a couple bumps and bruises like every team in the country. So it's good. It's not great. It's good. It's fair. I get frustrated as a coach when they come to me at 10:30 and give me the who's in and who's out and who's limited and all that stuff. Like every coach does the preseason, you want all your guys, but you have to deal with injuries. my biggest thing when guys are limited or guys are out, or like Miles and a couple other guys, like bumps and bruises and illnesses. We've had some illnesses go through campus, and our guys caught it a few times. Next man up. And we don't cancel games, we don't cancel practice, we don't cancel the season. And guys go down, next man up, and that's why we always talk about building an army. But the biggest thing is, making sure the guys that are out understand what we're doing, paying attention, so when they get in, it's a smooth adjustment, them jumping back in. So we've been, I'm not gonna say banged up. We've had some bumps and bruises where we've had some guys miss some time, but I feel like we're moving forward here the right way.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
This Friday you got your exhibition game against Lafayette at Lebanon Valley, your alma mater. I was curious, what does it mean to you to kind of kick off the season at your alma mater?
Well, I think it's cool. I really wanted to get to Central PA. Our goal is to play at Hershey, and that didn't really come through this year. But that's something at the top of our list for the year after. And so trying to get an exhibition game, and we were trying to play the exhibition game at Martz Hall in Pottsville, Pennsylvania, but the NCAA wouldn't allow us because they consider that a high school campus, and you can't play exhibition games at a high school campus, but you could play regular season games at a high school campus. So we just moved on, and fortunate that the people of Lebanon Valley still like us, and it's really cool. We got a lot of Lebanon Valley people that are Penn State fans, and the ones that aren't, we're gonna Friday night make them Penn State fans, and there's a lot of people in Central PA. There are so many Penn State alums in that area that are coming to the game. It's already sold out, so it's cool to go back to my alma mater and celebrate with them. But it's honestly, it's business. We're putting the uniforms on. There's only so many times a year you get to put on the uniforms, and let's take advantage of that.
Coach, you talked during the offseason about Yanick being such a different post player than Q. Have you seen Yanick's skill set kind of unlock as you've gone into camp now?
Yeah, it's unlocking by the day. Just, he can catch a ball at all different levels and make plays. He's a very good passer for being 7'1". He could score in the post, he could face up, he could dribble the ball. He sees the floor, he could pass it as a big guy. He steps out, his three ball's getting better and better because he knows he's the green light to shoot it. He's having a lot of fun doing a lot of things. And I just think he's getting better and better. He's just a very versatile big guy, which is what we want. And what was great about Q last year is, especially when we got to the second half of the year, he became a threat for us down there, and he did a great job protecting the rim and rebounding. Yanick could do those things, but then I think Yanick does a good job with showing his versatility. You'll see him step away from the basket and be involved in actions. So we'll be able to show that off. When you have that occur, it creates space for our other guys to operate, and that's always a good thing.
Mike, we know how challenging last year was, just being away from your family. To have them here with you this year and just another year settled in, how much better does that make you feel now just in this role?
Oh, awesome. I probably can't put it into words. I drive my son to school in the morning. We have the windows down, we listen to music or sports radio. See my daughter on Saturday, we were off. I've sat in the stands as a dad and watched 3 lacrosse games. I went to her banquet. I was a dad. I went over to Susquehanna to see my son a couple times because it's not that far away. I was a dad. Not that I didn't have those opportunities to do that, and we did the best we could last year, but there's nothing, my wife's with me every day. I sit down and have dinner now instead of cooking a pizza or going to somewhere in town by myself. I eat dinner with my wife every night. It's awesome. That's what life's supposed to be like. And no matter what you do, the best thing about whatever you do in life, especially the things you enjoy, you get to share with the people you love the most. There's nothing better than that. And so I get to do that now. So it's been I can't even explain it. Awesome. So that's the best thing about my life is I got an awesome family.
Nate.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, Nate?
How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm great. I think you probably have a better understanding of this program's history at this point in your career. even though you're probably familiar before you took the job, obviously, but it seems like it has had moments, right, of success as opposed to sustained success. I'm just wondering where you contextualize this season in that trajectory of trying to build something sustainable.
Well, Dave, it would be great if we could start right now and start building sustainable success, but nothing's guaranteed. But I do truly believe with the support from the administration, the decisions we're making building a program, I believe we're going in the right direction. Not just because, look, we got to win, man. Like, we've had pockets of success. We don't have much tradition of Penn State basketball of sustained success. We've had pockets of success. Before I took the job, when I met with Pat Kraft and even the president, I told them I know more about Penn State basketball than you all do. I said, as long as we're committed to winning, and committed to winning isn't just saying, what we got to do to win. It's building something that's going to last, and hopefully last longer than all of us being around here. And the next coach comes in and builds on it and builds on it. That's what you want to do. I believe with my experience and the things that I've gone through over my 29 years and even longer, as going back to my playing days, I think there's decisions and holding people accountable and challenging on people on being committed to build a program. But the number one thing is putting a plan together for your team to give yourselves a chance to win every night. Going to get really good players, that helps, right? Having a style of play, having an approach, improving and developing our players. And then the other things, of course you need support. You need support by your administration, you need support by the university, you need support by the fans and the donors and the alumni. And we're going to go out and build on that. And we're building that, you guys know that. And put all that together and just continue to build momentum and get to a point where we steamroll it. And we'll have hiccups. We'll have hiccups without a doubt, but that's the stuff you gotta I gotta keep pushing the envelope all the time. And no excuses, no complaining, just keep moving forward, get people on the bus and keep building momentum. Put an entertaining style of play out there with players people really like. I think that's what it's all about. So, but this year is really important because we have 5 seniors. They know what it's all about, and we have some guys that can come here and really impact our program to move us forward. And hey, we got to go out and do the job on those 40-minute nights.
You got a follow-up?
If I can just
Sure.
can I get a temperature check on where you feel like that support is, as opposed to when you first got?
Oh, it's good. It's good, yeah. And you know what? If I didn't feel it was good, what's great is I could walk in the AD's office and say, "Can we talk?" And I could put it on his desk, and then he's going to see how he can support me. I've gone out to donors and said, "This is what we need to do, and this is how we do it." Well, how do we do it, Coach? All right, let me put a plan together. And people have responded. That's what's been awesome. You know, I said this, I don't know if you've heard me say this, but I told the president when we talked before I took the job, I said, I'm going to be a pit bull with manners. I'm not going to embarrass Penn State. I'm not going to embarrass my name. I'm not going to embarrass our administration pushing and getting to where we want to go. I won't do that. But I'm going to be aggressive and letting people know this is what the program needs to continue to move forward with all of that. And I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm going to be unapologetic for trying to build a winning program that is going to be like Michigan State someday or Purdue someday. Why not? And I think everybody that wants to support us, they want that too. And people are going to say, well, you don't have any tradition to build on. Well, we have pockets of success and people that want to see us do it. So let's get all that momentum and support and let's keep pushing it forward. So I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I know people know that. I'm not stopping. Our staff's not. But the most important thing is those nights when we put that uniform on, we want to get people to support us and back us and all that stuff. They got to see a product out there that they're damn proud of.
When it comes to results at the end of this season, what does success look like?
Yeah, let's get to the NCAA Tournament. Let's beat teams in the Big Ten, and let's get to the NCAA Tournament. Why not? Why not? We got older guys that have battled. We have some great pieces. Now we got a long way to go to get there. but let's throw it on the table, let's talk about it. So, if you've heard me say it, I'm always going to bet on house money. I'm going to bet on us. I know how hard we work. I know how we compete every day. But then we got to go show that, and we got to compete, and we got to play together when the lights are on. But man, I really like this group. I like where we're heading. Do we match up with everyone? We'll find out, but we're going to give it a shot. I'll tell you that.
Mike, to follow up on Nate's question, which is kind of a dangerous proposition, what do you want the perception of Penn State basketball to be to recruits who may not know a lot about the program? It's a relatively young program. Obviously, people who watch you every day have a good feel for it, but when you're traveling around the country, these guys may not know a whole heck of a lot about it. So what do you want that perception?
Well, we do go all over the country, and people know. AAU coaches know. Agents know, high school coaches know, people that are in the basketball world know. The style of play we have is great. It's entertaining. Shows guys show great versatility on both ends of the court, which allows you, if you're really good at that, it translates to the next level. The way we play on offense and defense allows our guys to be evaluated by the next level very thoroughly. Everywhere I've been, that's the feedback we get. But now we get to do it in the Power 5, right? Power 4 in the Big Ten. That is one of the best, college basketball leagues in the country, and these guys get to do it on the biggest stage in the Big Ten, all over the country. And if you want a great opportunity to do that, it fits you. It fits you with the style of play and the competitiveness, and it fits you with high character. You come here and you get one of the world's best educations. That's what I want everybody to know. So we're going to win. We're going to win. Is it going to be hard? Heck yeah, we're going to win. But we're going to do it with talented dudes that really compete, that have high character. They go to class every day. Just as bad as they want to be a really good player, they want a great degree, and then they want to play in this fun style of play with great opportunity and great fit. Like it's out there, and people know it.
Two more, Daniel Matt.
Mike, going back to the exhibition on Friday night at LVC, we saw in the video that social media put out of Ace narrating some of your highlights. What is it like showing your players highlights of you back then, and what do they make of your game?
Well, it's like off a VHS tape, so it's a little grainy. No, look, so you always say when the players have respect for the coach because they knew the coach knew how to play, he could play, or they see highlights, oh, coach can play. I'm not saying it gives you more respect because you gain respect by how you treat people. But when I'm telling Javin Carter how to read a ball screen, I played. He knows I use ball screens, and I knew how to. I just don't teach it. I did that. I did what you're doing, Javin. Let me help you. There's some maybe added respect, but if Steve Kerr is going to teach you how to shoot as his coach, what helps? He was a really good shooter. So there's that maybe added respect or understanding. That's it. So. I don't go around with my VHS tapes in my back pocket or anything like that, and I can't tell them to Google me because I'm not on Google because I'm that old, but, I was a player that went to a program and built a program with Coach Flannery. We won a national championship, and I was fortunate enough to have a great career in a great program, and it's really helped me coach players because of that playing experience. So do I share that with our guys? Yeah. But, players want to know one thing. Can you help me get better? And if you use some of your playing experience to do that, great, whatever it takes.
Last question.
Hey, Mike. I want to go back. You were talking with Mark's question about your style of play. We heard from a number of opposing coaches last year that what you were doing was a little bit unique to the Big Ten, caused some challenges, the up-tempo, a lot of press. Do you feel that heading into year 2 in the Big Ten that it's going to be harder to execute that as other teams adjust to it, or where do you stand on that situation?
Well, everyone's going to adjust to you, but no, I think it's going to be harder because our seniors are better. We got better players that we brought in. We're playing faster. We got more guys that can dribble, shoot, and pass, and use ball screens and shoot threes in transition, and big guys that can move and step away. So no, I think it's the other way around. I think our goal is to score 80 points every game. Last year we scored in Big Ten plays 75.2. Almost broke the school record, but man, no way, man. We want to get in the 80s. And we got one of the best point guards in the country. I think he's the best. He's leading the way. He's got some great teammates with him that love this style, that I think really can play in this style. We got more shooters, and I think these guys are having fun trying to perfect this. So, yeah, I mean, look, there's everyone. You have a year of us, right?
Right.
They have a scout. They have a couple scouts. They have a report. They have tape. But when your players get better and you play more intense and your approach, and there's some things we're doing differently than we did last year. But no, I like where we're heading on the offensive end. But I want to see us play faster and even more aggressive and keep sharing the ball and keep being great teammates. I think good things could happen on the offensive end. One more? Anybody? All right. Appreciate you guys. See you in a bit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.